What's up? It's Paige. I just skipped class with the progress report. Let's go. Let's get lit.
The Progress Report.
What's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepherd. This is a new episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report. I am here with my girl Paige. Happy belated birthday, girl.
Oh, girl. I didn't even know you knew. Thank you so much. Thank
You
you,
are
Lalaa.
welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. How you
I feel
feeling?
so blessed. I feel so good, so blessed, honestly.
That's what's up.
I'm in shock at what has happened just in the course of my life over the 6 months to a year of working, putting in that work, yeah.
Man, respect. We're going to get into all that good stuff. So
awesome.
Let everybody know, who are you and what do you do?
For sure. So my name's Paige, capital Paige. I'm an artist. I'm a rapper and an R&B singer. I just released my debut album called Hottie Red. And you know that's the summer heat for sure. They got it playing on the Chris Brown Lil Baby tour right now.
Damn.
They got it playing in the clubs here in Atlanta. So we turning up. We going hard.
Fire. When did you originally get into music?
For sure. So I've been into music my whole life, actually. I grew up singing in the Catholic church with my mom. I have the same exact singing voice as my mama. It's funny you actually have your mama here today because I can see the relation. I feel the same way about my mom, for sure. Physical and mental. So shout out Roberta. She's my girl, for real. She's my day one. She's been to absolutely every single one of my performances my whole life. So after singing in church, learning how to sing in church and everything, I did 8 years of choir. I was even asked to do like a trip to Otterbein College. That's when I started taking music more seriously because I saw myself like later in life, like what it would look like to be a professional in the music industry. After that, fast forward, you know, growing up in the home that I did, I was told to go to college to get a 9-to-5 job. I got a degree in public health, and then after I got my degree, I actually started my singing career. So my life kind of took a turn when I was in a really bad accident in college, and that's when I started pursuing music seriously as an independent artist.
Wow.
Yeah.
We want you to come skip class with us and share your story on our new segment called Skipping Class.
Look, we want to talk to all the artists, indie or mainstream, or if you're an entrepreneur, come build your brand with us and tell your story to the world.
You'll also get the shot in our locker, and you'll get promo clips for all your fans. So DM us today or visit our website, tprmediagroup.com. Get locked in with us.
Well, we definitely gonna get into all of those things.
For sure.
We'll talk about your experience, you know, singing in the Catholic church and the school choir.
For sure. Those were like the best times ever, honestly. So growing up in the Catholic church with my mom, you know, just singing with her and singing with my grandma and everything, it just brought me closer to God, and it helped me develop like my alto and my soprano voice. And then fast forward to when I committed to middle school and high school choir, you know, in middle school, I had to make a commitment. I had to be there an hour before school started. So I had to be there at 6 in the morning for choir practice. And there wasn't a lot of people like willing to commit to that. But God, you know, led me to that. I didn't know like later in life I was gonna have a serious music career. It was something I was just passionate about, and I just knew that I loved singing. I always walked around the house singing. I had my friends over. We'd make performances. We'd make music videos. And yeah, just kind of all led up to that.
That's amazing. So how does your family feel about you doing rapping now?
That was like a little touchy subject in the beginning because they supported, you know, I released a few singles singing, and they were cool with that. You know, they were cool with the pop and the R&B. And then once they kind of heard that, you know, I was going to release my debut rap album, you know, it was a little hard for them to take that one for sure. There's a few singles or a few songs off the album though that my mama, she bumps, so she really like Blessed, Stepping on These, and Boss. So she's come around to liking it. My brother's always liked rap music, so, you know, him and I grew up listening to Lil Wayne and Drake and everybody, so it was not really a surprise to him. I guess he never knew I would pursue rapping seriously. He knew I would pursue singing seriously, but he does support my rap career for sure. And Mama did come around, so that's good.
Okay. Now we know you got a song called Bad Habits where you were singing.
Yes.
So what made you decide to start rapping though?
I don't know. Like, honestly, I'll tell you about the night that I actually started rapping. It was New Year's Eve going into this year. So I've only been rapping for 7-8 months for real, but I just went in to my executive producer, the owner of the studio, Timeless Studios in Cincinnati. Check it out if you're ever in Cincinnati for sure. Make sure you DM X, Mama Evan making beats again, all that. So I went up to him, my very first session with him, New Year's Eve, and I said, I want a beat. And that's where BBA came from. So BBA is on the end of the album. You know, it's like, I'm a pretty girl, but I'm on my boss shit. So she inspired me with a whole lot of money, and I wanted a banger like that. I wanted something that slapped like that, that could be played year round.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Shout out to my man, Young X, Young Goat. For real, man. Talk about working with him, and also, too, let's talk about this debut project, Hottie Red.
For sure. So X, I owe a lot to X, for real. He's helped me take everything that was in my mind and in my body, you know, my soul, my singing, my rapping, and my performance moves, and to put that on paper and, you know, construct like what that would look like as an actual independent recording artist. So he's helped me with a lot. You know, he makes my beats. We write together sometimes. He critiques me where necessary. He helps me make connections and things. He's done a lot for me, for real. And I really owe it to him for where I'm at right now, for sure. He's one of the team members that's really done the most, for sure.
Man, yeah, Young X, like I said, he the GOAT, for sure.
Is. His beats going hard, too.
Nah, for sure. Talk about, you know, getting radio play and also investing into your career, because you're doing a lot of big shit.
For real. So honestly, like, my number one advice to anyone who's wanting to be a singer or a rapper is networking and finances. Honestly, that's helped benefit me the most. Like, you have to show that you're dedicated, and not even only those two things, but waking up every morning and thinking, what am I gonna post today? You know, how am I gonna connect to my audience, connect to my fans? Do I need to write music tonight? Should I just put on a beat and, you know, like, feel it out and things? So it's just constantly, my mind is always wired. I'm always wired. I might be eating or doing this or that or hanging out with friends, but I'm always thinking about my career 24/7. So yes, on that one.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you face any criticism for being a white rapper?
For sure. You know, I got the haters on IG, for sure. No cap, it is no joke. But, you know, I know anyone's gonna be critiqued, whoever they are, you know, whatever they look like. Personally, you know, I have gone to, Lord, dozens and dozens and dozens of rap artist concerts. You know, like I said, you know, I've been to a few Drake concerts, Migos. I saw Migos and Drake's. I seen 2 Chainz a few times. J. Cole, like, it just, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So I've always supported hip hop culture, black culture, you know, all of those things. So personally, I'm just very, very grateful that people actually take the time, anyone, to listen to my music and to listen to me rapping. For real, it actually means the world to me.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. And that's definitely gonna happen. You know, it's just bound to happen. But
sure.
You know, one thing I noticed about you though, you have a lot of confidence, and you just got to keep that going.
Thank you.
And speak about, where does that confidence come from for you?
I guess I kind of woke up like that bitch.
Okay, period.
So no, and not even just that. I've been confident my whole life. I have gone through abuse of family members, friends, boyfriends, the accident that I'm gonna touch on later, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I still have panic attacks and things like that. I'm a normal human being. You know, I had a panic attack last night because of, word. And that was something I was going to talk about today too. But, you know, you just got to pick yourself up every single time. And every time you leave the house, you got to just be looking your best. Because it doesn't matter if you're walking down the street and someone judges you. Like, that does not matter. At the end of the day, it matters what you think about yourself. Was I a good person today? Was I mean to anyone today? How many times did I pray today? Things like that. So that's how I go to bed at night. I think, you know, was I a good Christian today or not? Period.
Okay, respect. Respect. So I definitely wanted to mention that. So I know you did get hit by a car. So yes. I wanted to speak on what happened exactly, the recovery process, and if you have PTSD.
PTSD?
Yes.
Oh, for sure. So that's actually what triggered the panic attack last night.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually saw some really crazy stuff last night. I'm not even going to go into that. Just happened to be at the wrong rest stop at the wrong time. For real, driving here from Florida, actually. But it threw me into a world of PTSD. And PTSD works in so many different ways. It can hit you like automatically and can put you in a panic attack, or sometimes it takes like 2 to 3 hours to like settle in. And that's what happened last night. It actually took a few hours for me to be like, oh my gosh, I'm not okay. So what happened was I was in my senior year of college at the University of Cincinnati for public health. Love public health, actually use that on my platform on a daily basis, and it's gonna get even stronger every day because there's a lot of things we gotta talk about: mental health, nutrition, meditation, things like that. Everybody needs to be doing these things, taking care of themselves every day. You gotta take care of yourself first. But I was in school, going into my last year, like I said. I was leaving work. I had been a cocktail waitress and a waitress and a bartender and et cetera, for 5 years, paying my way through college. Thankfully, my mom helped me a few times. I couldn't make rent and things like that. But I was leaving work, and I was actually walking across a crosswalk, and a car actually hit me as a pedestrian. Knocked me unconscious. The police report says I was unconscious for up to 30 minutes. I suffered, I can't even say all the things because I don't know the technical terms because I didn't go to medical school, but I had bruising, swelling, bleeding on my brain. I had a skull fracture here and back. I can actually still feel it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know, so it was really bad. I have nerve damage down my leg, bone bruising in my foot. I put those heels on anyways and massage it at night. I have almost every disc in my neck is protruding or bulging, however you want to say it. I have heavy arthritis in my low back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I have chronic pain every day of my life, 24/7. I am so grateful I'm still here today, though. So I just give it all to God. I know He saved my life that night. My mom and I know He saved my life that night. Lucky to be alive. The recovery process, I went to over 300 doctor's appointments just in the first 2 years. So it was just dedicating, you know, I was very depressed for a long time. And eventually it was time to start physical therapy. And that was the first time I actually really started getting out of the house. And I couldn't walk then, so I was on a knee scooter. And I went to physical therapy. You know, I owe it to my therapist and all of the physicians and doctors and surgeons that have helped me thus far. I want to make a video with all of them. I think that'd be really dope.
Yeah.
But they helped, you know, start my recovery. I'm actually still in recovery. So if you have a traumatic brain injury, you have that for life. And if you have a concussion, that is a traumatic brain injury. So that's something near and dear to my heart because, you know, football players, soccer players, etc., you know how many concussions they can get per year. And that 100% affects your physical, mental, and emotional realms. Not going to get into all that now because I could go on and on about that. And actually, my mom and I are writing a book called She Looks Fine, because ever since my accident, I walk every day and people just think that, you know, I look fine. There's nothing wrong with me. That's what the lawsuit had to do with I look fine. Well, you know, if you look at all the scans and all the data, I have chronic pain in my body, and I have actual permanent damage done in all 4 body parts that was injured in the accident. So my brain, my foot, my neck, and my low back. But on the outside, I look fine. And I know, and my mom and I know personally, that every single person is walking around right now with some sort of baggage. And most of us have a lot of baggage, right? So it's just really important. It was really important for us to write this book. This book came out of nowhere. You know, my mom's been a booth rental cosmetologist for the past 30 years. I watched her bust her butt. I don't know if I can cuss on this or not.
You can.
So, okay, cool, because I've been like filtering everything I've been saying. So been watching her bust her ass for 30 years. She's our sole provider for our family. I've seen her be a single mom for that long. You know, I don't even know where I was going with that because I'm so passionate about
talking about the book.
All that. So we, you know, God kind of told us, she started writing down on a piece of paper about a book, said, can you help me? Can you put this on the computer somehow? We started typing it. We found a publisher. Our book is actually dropping on my 4-year anniversary of my accident, 9/9/22.
Oh, shit.
So check it out. My mom, it's a 12-chapter book. My mom wrote most of the book. I wrote 4 chapters because we wanted to incorporate, you know, the caregiver side of things, but also the patient of the TBI as well. So it's definitely a heavy influence of TBIs in the book. But we also talk about like alternative medicines and self-healing and things like that too.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think you even knew about the book yet.
I didn't know about the book, so that's cool though that y'all was able to do that, and I'm sure it's gonna help other people.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And I feel like every single person, you know, you're an entrepreneur or you're not an entrepreneur, I feel like every person every day should wake up and say, how can I help this world be a better place? And that's definitely what this book is. And she's actually going to take this. She's actually starting her career, so congrats to my mom. I'm so happy for her. She's starting her career. She's always wanted to be a public speaker, especially for women over the age of 40. You know, restarting your life. I think, you know, during the pandemic and things, a lot of people had a wake-up call of, oh, I don't want to wake up and do this every day. And so we kind of took that to the next level, and she's actually thinking about writing, you know, a few books after that. You know, they look fine. Everybody looks fine, things like that. So maybe even having 10 people write a chapter in the book and submitting that as a book so you can read it and be like, wow, I actually connect to all these people. We're really actually all the same.
Nah, that's beautiful. Respect. Definitely keep me posted on the book.
For sure.
So I want to get back into music, though. I meant to ask you this earlier. How was your experience performing at the Hot 107.9 Atlanta's Who's Hot contest, and what was the feedback?
Hands down, best night of my life. So I've actually never had the opportunity to perform on a stage that big, an audience that big. You know, there was multiple record labels and things in the room for that. It was such a blessing to be able to go up there. You know, of course, I was a little bit nervous because, you know, I'm in the same room with these people who have been doing this for 5 to 10 years and have built up their following and have, you know, songs on top 100 billboards and things. These people are my role models. So I needed to bring the heat. I knew I needed to bring the heat. I wanted to let them know that I was definitely serious about this career, and I'd actually like to work and network with them as well. Yeah, for sure. So that night I performed. I was blessed enough to perform Bless, Stepping on Bees, and In the A featuring Vast. Vast is one of my engineers, part of my management team as well.
Dope, okay.
Yeah, and he was actually able to perform it on the stage with me. People went crazy. We had bottles of liquor. And
okay.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And
That's
I'm
what's up.
actually blessed enough to perform tomorrow night.
Oh
too.
yeah, New Music Mondays with the
Yes.
DJs. It's gonna be lit, man. I know they gonna love you.
Hey,
I know they
okay.
gonna love you.
Okay.
But I seen the video you performing though. That confidence on stage goes a long way because it's like, you know, if you don't know an artist, all the audience can do is feed off your energy.
Yeah,
it's an energy thing.
period. So when my mom always say, whenever I get up on stage, like I committed to like 100 open mic nights and things before I made my first song. So after my accident, like I was going out and just singing cover songs. And she said from the beginning that everybody just like in the room always stops what they're doing when they like hear my voice on stage. They're like, who's that? And then, you know, I just pop off, so then they're locked in for sure.
Period.
But when my songs come on, especially Bless, you know, they play down here at the strip club. What's that called? Help me out. Magic City.
Okay.
So it's just actually like people really, really, really fuck with the song for real. And every time it comes on, it gives me cold chills because it makes me want to shake my ass for real.
Okay, period.
X went hard on that beat. So whenever I'm on stage, you know, I could be nervous or not, but when my music comes on, I'm just like, it's time to turn up. I'm in go mode. It's like an athlete thing, you know?
Got you.
It's just ready to go.
Nah, that's dope. Our platform is called the Progress Report, so I want to
Yes.
know, how do you feel like you've progressed lately as a person? Even though this whole interview we talked about your progression, but how do you personally feel you progressed as a person?
As a person, not
Yes.
as an artist.
Right, as a
Okay,
person.
just overall. So, you know, like I said, you know, I was dealing with a panic attack and things last night, and I just really feel like the past month, you know, doing all these new things, being on these new platforms with music, having really absolutely no time to socialize and things like that, even barely any time to even see my family. I just feel like God has me working through all of my traumas, and I'm so happy about it. Like, even though I hurt so bad sometimes, like, I'm just so happy that I keep growing because I don't want to stay stagnant. So I feel like I'm doing great right now, honestly. Like, I will take the lows because I know God's always going to bring me up to the high every time. So I
Period.
feel very confident, very happy about life right now. I'm even like learning how to do my makeup. I did my makeup today.
Okay.
So I just feel like, you know, I'm kind of glowing up in a lot of different areas.
Nice.
And I'm turning into the person I've always wanted to be.
Beautiful.
And that's what I put on my calendar this month. I said, you know, be the person you've always been and have always wanted to present to the world. Because I feel like I've always hidden like a certain side of me. And so releasing this rap album, Hottie Red, has really been my way to present to the world that I am here. I am doing my thing. Like,
Period.
I'm going to pop my shit. I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to do whatever I want to because it's time. I've waited 26 years for this. And I don't know if I could have been at this point in my life without the accident, honestly. I needed a push. Like, God knew I've always been a people pleaser. I've always tried to please everybody, and because I'm a Cancer baby. But it's time for Mama to make some moves and time for her to be true to who she is. I'm very excited.
Nice. Like I said, you know, the confidence goes a long way and people feed off your energy, and I love your energy. So
Thanks,
I'm going to
girl.
definitely support whatever you got going on. We're going to add the cover to our New Music Fridays lineup.
For
So I fuck with
Lalaa. Thank you.
I fuck with you
Respect,
for sure.
for real.
you. Yep. So what do you have coming up next in addition to the book? Because Birdie told me you have another project coming up.
Okay, so I guess this is a good platform to announce this, huh?
Yep.
So yes, I'm gonna be releasing a second album in the fall time. We've already started working on it.
Dope.
There's a few singles that will be released prior to the album, of course, give you guys some little teasers here and there. And that's actually going to be a project, R&B based singing. So
Okay.
maybe a little bit of rap on there, but we're going to try to incorporate more singing on that one. And to go with Hottie Red, we're going to give you Baddie Blue. And you guys can choose, you know, you can choose what you like to hear from me. I'm very, very, very intrigued. I'm so excited to hear what people like to hear more.
Nice.
You know, I want to know like what my audience wants to hear me do. Of course, at the end of the day, I'm gonna stick to me and release whatever I want. But I guess I'm just really excited to find out like how people feel about me rapping, how people feel about me singing in comparison to one another.
No, I think that's cool. I think that's tight how you are forward thinking about themes and, you know, just a contrast. So salute to you and your team.
Hey,
and, you know,
cheers,
you working
girl.
with Young X, so it's lit.
So
it's
we lit every day, period.
It's super lit. So is there anything else that you want people to know?
Honestly, that covers most of it for real. Yeah, I don't think there's much else left to talk about besides, you know, since I have my debut album out and things and I'm working on my second album with the R&B, I would like to continue to network with people.
Of course.
So I guess my biggest thing that I want to work on right now and I want to talk about is collabing with other artists.
Nice. Okay.
Male and definitely female artists. You know, I love Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, all that, like Bia, obviously. I am interested in working with all the women. Obviously, you know, men as well, like for sure. But I'm just wanting to collab with people and to get out of my comfort zone, you know, do some Afro beats and things like that.
Nice.
Like I just wanna work with people that can help me learn and help me grow. And I hope to bring something to the table that influences them in a positive way as well. So if I'm gonna leave on anything, it is please DM me on Instagram or Facebook at Paiges Vocals, PAIGES VOCALS. I go by the name of Paige, capital letters. And just let's connect. I want to work. I want to get, like I said, out of my comfort zone. And, you know, I'm ready to make history. So whoever is interested in doing that with me, working with me, please reach out, please.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Well, good shit, Paige. I definitely feel like, you know, as long as y'all just stay active and, you know, stay consistent.
For sure.
I'll definitely keep seeing you for sure. So
for sure.
Just
we keep working together, Lalaa.
Nah, for sure. Just keep doing you.
Because like I said, you're such an inspiration to me. Like
I appreciate that.
Blessings, like watching all of the businesses that you have started, where you were in Cincinnati, coming to Atlanta, to a new city, from ground up, just building all your businesses as a female. Like, wow, I am so impressed, and I can't wait to work with you more.
Absolutely, Paige. Well, that means a lot.
Excited.
So good shit.
I'm really excited. So thank you so much for having me today.
Of course.
Thank you.
The Progress Report.